Gill.
Well, hello, Annie. How are you?
Good. Zoe and I are here.
Zoe. Hi, Zoe.
What are you guys doing? What are you doing?
Well, I am getting ready to go to the park, play ball.
How perfect. Zoe and I were just getting ready to go take a walk. And so I was calling you because I need to know what the weather is going to be.
Well, you know, that's pretty cool. Can you get your glove and we can play catch together? Or Zoe would like playing catch with the ball too, wouldn't she?
We would. We should definitely do that. But what should we wear? I thought I heard it's supposed to be a little cold.
Ooh. All right. So here's what I do when I want to be prepared for just about anything.
All right. We're ready.
Oh, first, I have my long sleeve t-shirt.
Okay.
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 Then
Right. But
I put on my sweatshirt too.
oh, okay. Well,
And then
wait. What?
I put on my coat.
Oh my.
And then, because I want to make sure that I'm warm,
Yeah.
I put on my Havarka, whatever this thing's called. And you know, it works really well because, you know, we have to wear masks too.
Doubles
so,
as a mask. Okay. Okay.
So I put that on. And then put this on too. And I'm ready for this. And just to make sure.
Okay.
What do you think?
Mr. Gill, I think there might be a better way to figure out what the weather is rather than wearing everything you own. Could we, you know, like...
You think that would be better?
Probably a good choice. Could we, like, you know, watch the Weather Channel on TV or, you know, get it in the news?
Well, does that mean I have to take off all my stuff now?
Probably, especially if the park looks anything like the picture behind you.
Well,
okay, that might be better.
what do you think about this now?
That's definitely more accurate of what you are wearing, Mr. Gill. I think that's a good choice. I still think you need to check the weather, though.
I will check the weather. I'll pull it up, and then I'll give you a call back.
Okay, sounds good. Don't get too hot.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Galesburg, our Eagle Alignment Company camera. Sunshine for us, but just a little bit of a chilly start. Temperatures will be in the upper 40s and low 50s. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny with a chance for rain late and into overnight. Jumping on into your weekend, high temperatures will stay in the 50s with a cool down taking us into next week. Overnight low temperatures will hover between the 20s and 30s with highs in the 40s and 50s. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. It is Monday, March 1st, and this is Weather Week. Annie asked me to share some information with you about the weather, and so this is the first of the videos. I can't remember what she said she was going to call me, but I like to be called Gil the Science Dude. So today's video, we want to talk about why it's important to know what the weather is going to be. People have been studying the weather for hundreds and hundreds of years, and so we know quite a bit about it, and we know it can be unpredictable. But we've got a pretty good handle on what the weather is going to be from one day to the next. And that's really important because it helps us to stay safe. We want to make sure that we're prepared and we know what the weather is going to be. So we know if we have to wear a coat or if it's going to be warm outside, then we can go for a walk. One example of needing to know what the weather is going to be like, we have farmers in our family, and they need to know about the weather that is going to be taking place so that they can plant their crops and harvest their crops, and they have to stay safe when they're outdoors also. One thing I want you to remember is that we can't control the weather. The weather controls us. One of the things that we're going to start with is just a brief taking a look at what tools meteorologists use. That word meteorologist, that refers to people who study the weather. First of all, we take a look at the weather and we make observations using our senses. What do we see? What do we feel? Tools to figure out what the temperature is, like the thermometer, a rain gauge to see how much rain has fallen, an anemometer. That's an interesting term. That's a device that's used to figure out how fast the wind is blowing. Scientists use radar and satellites also, and we'll talk about that later in the week. And they use computers to generate maps so that we can predict the weather accurately. So what causes the weather? The weather is immediately and directly caused by the sun and the energy that it sends to our Earth. That energy interacts with the atmosphere. And the atmosphere is all the gases that surround us. And the sun heats up those gases. The air contains oxygen that we need to live, and it also has tiny little droplets, so small that we can't see them, of water that we refer to as humidity. For example, that energy from the sun coming to the earth, after a rainfall, we see puddles out on the ground. Well, what happens to those puddles after the sun comes back out? Do they stay there very long? No, that water evaporates. And that means it turns back into those tiny little droplets going back into the atmosphere. Another thing that we need to understand about the weather is that there are very distinct types of weather that take place during the seasons. And we have 4 seasons: the summer, winter, fall, and spring. One way we can learn about the weather is from books. So I stopped by the library today and I found some books to share with you, and we're going to take a look at some information about one of my favorite weather phenomena. A phenomena is just a big word for something that happens. And that something that happens we need to be able to explain. We've all seen rainbows before, and they usually come along after a thunderstorm. But what causes them? Because they're really cool to look at with all those colors. So here's a description in one of the books that I got. Pure sunlight is the color white. But that color white is made up of 7 colors that make up the rainbow. When it's white, all those colors are all mixed together. But as the sunlight passes through the atmosphere, the colors are scattered or broken up into the different colors that we see. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And we'll always see them in that same color. These colorful arcs form in rainy weather, and they always appear from the opposite side in the sky to the sun. So if the sun is on this side over here, the rainbow would appear over here. So this spring, when we have a thunderstorm or something and the sun pops right back out afterwards, then look for that rainbow. But you're going to have the sun behind you as you look towards the sky to see if that rainbow appears. So that's just one of the interesting things that I wanted to share with you. But one of the other parts of the activity that we'll do this week is I want you to ask me some questions about the weather. So you'll have a chance to submit those questions and we'll answer them throughout the week and maybe get to understand the weather a little bit better. So thanks for sharing a little bit of your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day.